Alright, here we go. So this is my axe tutorial or axe comparison that I was going to do after I made the human theory task, but I never got to it because I was just so tired making the human theory task that I said I'll make it some other time and never got to it. So 1 week ago I finally got to it. I'm like, I should make that fucking comparison shit whenever I was going to do. Problem is, making it happen like the shit that always happens when I do shit like this. I actually found even better strats. I don't know how, but I just keep finding shit if I just look into it. And it's annoying in a way because it takes so much time, but yeah. But I managed to include the new strat in my newest PB. So that's nice. It's a really good one, actually. So I'm going to go through every strat here that is used and out there. And I've timed them, and you can see some headers I have here. All runs have optimal setup and perfect execution with ±2 frames for lazy reasons. So they have the same setup and they have the same execution. I might have just like landed 1 frame worse in one, or like 1 frame better in one. It can happen, but generally they're the same. But if you want to, like, you can have like 2 frames of error if you want to compare them. So some strats, the optimal thing to do is pick up both boxes at the beginning for best. Like, I have another video explaining like the best setup that you can use, but all strats here use the best setup you can. But for the best setup, you're going to have to pick up these 2 boxes at the beginning. That's the best way to do it. That's the fastest. So that means that you have to get rid of the box eventually. Now, some strats use this box, but some strats, no matter what strat you use, you're gonna have to get rid of that box eventually until the crocodiles. Like, before you do the thing below the crocodiles, you need to get rid of the box. Now, some strats get rid of the box in the actual strat, and that means they don't have to get rid of the box. So the way I timed it, I dumbed enough. I should have just thrown away the box on every strat before I timed it, but I didn't. So you can reduce 2 frames for the strats that doesn't need to have the box. Like, get rid of it in some other way. I'm trying to be as fast as I can talking here, because I can get into this a lot and it becomes a real long video, but I'm just gonna get through some shit here in the beginning. So some strats are also more easier to perform perfectly. Like, these strats I've done here are done with a task. That means they're almost all perfect, more or less. You won't expect to get this time, like these kind of frames perfectly in doing it in a real run. However, some of these strats are way easier to actually get a time that is very close to the time shown here. So I'm gonna take that into consideration and tell it when we get to strats like this. Also, if you want to like compare some own strats, or maybe you want to like test this out, or maybe you're saying that like no that strat is fast or whatever, you can do that and compare them yourself and tell me if I'm wrong. The way it works is basically, you see, I've started here, and that is because it's easier to show the strat from beginning to end. But it works like this. You can see here, no matter what you do here, yada yada yada. The first axe spawns in every strat at frame 103. So if you want to make your own comparison, you just have to time it and see like, okay, 103, the first axe spawns. And then they will all strats will end. Here. When the nose hits this box, and the next frame is static. So that is how you time it. So if you want to like do it yourself and compare to my strats or whatever, that is how you do it. So we have a total of 6 strats to show, and I'm done it like this, that the normal plate skip, the good old plate skip, is going to be the reference that we compare all the other strats to. So this first one is basically the benchmark that we compare the other ones to and see how fast they are. So this is the classic way to do the axes. So let's just see it. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna play it. I'm not gonna talk in every detail because it will take too long. So I'm gonna try and burn through the strats here, but let's go. So that is the normal plate skip. Now you will see I do thing here, like the plate skip, if you do it like this, you're going to have to wait at one of these axes. Either it is the last one, or you can wait actually at this one also. But I've chosen to wait at the final axe for a reason, and that is this. So you see here, I've been trying to do this as fair as possible. You can see here the plate skip is at 609 frames. Now, there's actually a way to do plate skip even more efficient, and that is this. So this is plate skip variation. It's a very little time save, but I thought let's be fair, and let's be fair if we can too. So you're gonna have to keep this box anyway and get rid of it some way or another. Now, if you do it at last axe, you can actually throw that box while you're waiting, and that makes you able to stay on the treadmill longer. And the longer you can stay on the treadmill, the more time you will save, as always. So the fastest you can do normal plate skip is 604 frames. Like, I'm going to talk about frames from where I start them. But basically 604 minus 103, so 501 if you wanted to compare them yourself. You get what I mean. So there's nothing too much fancy going on here, basically. It's a nice skip. It makes the axes way faster than just trying to wait for all the axes and shit. Not that hard to execute either, so it's a good, nice strat. Now, the next one here is... it's not this one, I'm just gonna keep playing so people can watch them. Now, the next one is... I found it myself, but I've heard people say that it was known. I have never seen anyone has a video about it or use it strat in any run ever. But the next one we're gonna look at is fast spawn axes that I found. And I had an argument about with people for a long time that I said, like, this one is actually as fast as the plate skip, but much easier to do. And people had an argument that no, it's not faster. And like, here I have it kind of clean that it is actually it's as fast, and it's actually faster, because this one is 604 frames, but that is with comparing it to the plate skip with the croc kill. So if you just do the normal plate skip, this one is actually faster. So what you do here is basically this. This one is one of my favorite strats, to be honest, because axes are scary for everyone. But this one is basically, as soon as you've done the first part of it, that is to spawn this axe here, you jump up here as normal for all strats, jump and land here, and then you go here, and then you do a turn as soon as you spawn that axe. As soon as you've done this, if you're not too hasty, axes are done. This is a super nice strat. It's very comforting, because now you're done. You just have to wait here, and you can jump. You don't have to be... I'm going faster used to, but you don't have to. You can wait here a moment, jump here, because you're going to have to wait here for a bit anyway. And then jump before this axe despawns. Jump and boost, and jump and boost. Now, I'm being a little fancy here, and I'm going down here and getting some, like, 2 or 3 frames on the treadmill. You don't need to do that. It will save like 1 or 2 frames at most. Basically what I normally do is I just jump from this one straight to the other axe there. But this will save a little bit. And to save time from these axes, and this applies to all axes, you want to stay on the treadmill here, down here, as long as you can at all times. Same goes here. You want to get on this treadmill as soon as you can. So don't make a huge jump here if you don't have to. Like, try to get to land on the treadmill as soon as you can. And boom, boom, 604 frames. It's a very... I would recommend, if you're like new to this and if you look decently good and don't want to just wait for the axes, if you want to do a like a more complicated axe strat, I would recommend this one before the plate skip. It's a really nice one. So let's move on. Then we have hide and seek, and this one I'm really happy with. This is the one people are using at the moment, and I found this one again myself. And this is the one that is used currently in the world record by X-Ray. So the beginning is the same as the plate skip, but what we do is... Thing is, being inside a box stores your invisibility frames from getting hit. So you land here, get hit, and then you get out of the box. Now, to perform this actually is a little trickier than it looks. So you will do a normal thing here. You will... Let's break this. Setup is the same as the other one. You land here, go here, make a boost, make a small jump, and another jump here. Now, here's the thing. This is in every strat that uses this. This is in basically everything. You'll see in my TAS videos here, I go straight here, wait a bit, and then make a jump here, and then land here. I would not recommend that in real runs. In real runs, I would recommend going down here, making a small buffer jump, or waiting, or whatever you do, and wait until the axe goes up and then make the jump. Because making this jump is actually annoyingly hard. Like, this jump here is ass. This is one of the worst jumps you can try and make. Like, trying to jump straight from there is ass. And the reason is, let's see here, you have to land fast enough on the treadmill, so you have forward motion. You have to jump then before this axe. You can't hit it, obviously, but you can't jump too soon. If you jump too soon, it won't go. Have to jump perfect for this to work. Then you have to go here, make a perfect 1-frame turn just before you hit the axe, and then hit the boost. Now, making a 1-frame turn is not super easy. Making it at the perfect time is not either super easy. Doing anything else than this will make you miss the axe. So normally, just hang around here for a bit. This is one of the reasons that this strat, for example, is 560 frames, and the fast spawn is 604. But the fast spawn is one of the strats that I mentioned before that is very much easier to perform perfectly and at the same speed as shown here. This strat is actually a lot harder to do at this speed. You'll have to add a little couple frames actually to it. So anyway, you will do this and you will land here, like you've taken damage before the final axe. You land here. Then you have to press down to go into the box. Now, you have to stop pressing forward at this point also, because pressing down and forward will make you stop on the treadmill while in the box. So you can only press down. So you press down and then you wait. Now, while you're in this box, the iframes will not tick down, but you will not reset them, but you will have the amount you had when you went into the box. Then you will go outside at the right time, go some distance, make a jump, and then do a jump again. This is tricky also getting out of the box, because when you get out, you have to... There's two things here. Number one, when you get out of the box, if you get out and then make the jump as you do, and if you're really used to making this jump, for example, that is the same. Jump and jump fast. Thing is, if you do the jump right when you get out of the box, you can actually miss one input, but he will, like one jump input that the game registers. But the chipmunk will still make the jump with the second jump input. And that will make you short this jump. And it's real annoying. You can get out of the box and like, man, I'm pretty sure I timed that jump good, but he will hit this box instead. Second thing that can happen that's even worse actually, is if you press jump super tightly, like before you even got out of the box, what will happen is it will register as a down jump input, and that will make you just fall straight to the stage and you're dead. So yeah. But this is the one currently in the world record, and I'm really happy with this one. It's really good. Now we get to the good shit. So this was hopefully going to be the end of it, but other than this, if you want to go faster than this, what was before was you had to do the task axis. But I actually found a strat that comes in at this, and we're going to look at this new strat and compare it also to the classic task axis. So my new strat that is in my PB is, I just call it MagePie axe jump. It is way faster than the hide and seek. Hide and seek is 0.8 faster than the normal plate skip. This is 1.18 faster than the plate skip. And that makes it how much faster than the hide and seek? It makes it around 0.4, something around 0.4 faster, give or take. You can do the math yourself. And you'll see also that compared to the classic task axis, it's only 3 frames slower. So let's look at this. So this is my new axe jump. Now it says 539 up there, but like I said, it's a little give or take. I think I did this one a little differently, and the thing is you have to deduce 2 frames, so technically it's 537, but it's not 1 frame here and there, it's not super important. It's actually a little faster than it says here, because This one throws the box, so I don't need to get rid of the box. So when I hit this, I also don't have a box to get rid of in this comparison. So technically this comes in at 537 frames, because it takes 2 frames to get rid of a box normally. But 538, it's not important. It's the same. So how this works is basically I'm using again a different glitch or whatever you call it that I found a long time ago. So in stage F, I have found a strat that many people use, myself included, that when you do a throw, a jump and a throw simultaneously, you actually have a couple of invisibility frames while you're doing the animation. That is what enables you to actually jump through the ball at the final part of F, right before the climb section. So what I'm doing here is basically the task axis. This is the task axis. The only difference is I don't have to be as perfect or tight at the end. So what I'm doing here is, here, if you did a normal task axis, you would just go up here. Like, we can look from here. Like, normally, like this is the same I said before. Doing this jump instantly is ass, so normally you just buffer a little bit before you go, and you have more room to do it. But basically, doing a jump here, a normal task axis is just going up here and then jumping. However, that means you have to do it perfect. It has to be absolutely perfect. Jumping up here has to be perfect. Where you go from here when you land on the treadmill, it's incredibly hard to do. However, this makes it so the only thing you have to do is have enough time to actually land on this pedestal before the axe goes up. And that makes it easier. So you will land here, and then you'll do a jump and throw. Like, press A and B at the same time, and you will do a jump throw. Now, this is a little bad to actually show it in a way, because I've taken myself here now in this video. I've gotten here perfectly. So in this one, I could do the normal tasks. So you don't see the effect here, because obviously because I'm getting here at the same speed as the task, because it's supposed to be a comparison. In this one, I could actually just go, and I would still survive here. In normal cases, when I'm doing this, the axe would go up now, and I would actually not get hit, because I'm invisible while I'm doing this animation. And that makes it a lot easier to make this work. And then you go, and boop-a-doop, and boom. So that is the TheMagePie jump, and it's great. It's fucking amazing. It's very, very fast. It's a crazy fast strat. And funny thing is, more or less, this makes task axis, the classic task axis, obsolete for actual runs. The reason is because this one is only basically 2 or 3 frames slower than normal task axis. The only time you actually lose is the upwards motion here, that you could not move forward. So this one is basically the same. Task axis is still a little faster, obviously, but we're talking like 3 or 4, 2, 3, 4 frames. Nothing else. So let's look at the normal task axis while we're at it. They're the same, but they go instantly. They don't do that box strat. So you can see here also, the thing here is task axis is also one of the strat that has the box, because they don't use it in the strat. And that makes it so that the MagePie axe jump, I don't have to get rid of the box. So technically you can deduce time from that one also. So if you look at my time here, this is 5:39. You can remove 2 frames from that, and it becomes like 5:37. So like I said, 2 or 3 frames different from the classic task axe. So some people watching this might be really happy and saying like, oh nice, so now we don't have to eventually do a fucking nightmare task axis if we want to do a super perfect world record run. If hopefully, I'm hoping Chippendale gets pushed way further in the end, So people have to really fucking do all the crazy shit I have in my tasks. And thing is here, people are saying now, nice, we don't have to do the nightmare task access. However, with this strat, I also made this. So there actually is an even more horrendous strat to this, and using the same abuse, but this one is a nightmare. Like, this one is, let's see here, I actually have everything here. This one is 0.16 or 0.17 faster than the classic TAS. And with that, it's like 0.217 seconds faster than the MagePie axe jump. So if you want to save 0.2 from my 0.4, I'm already shaving off my own hide and seek. You can do this. Now, I will say one thing, good fucking luck doing this shit that I'm gonna show here. Because this is absolutely bullshit. Let's see, is this the right one? Here, is this the right one? It should be this one. Oh, no, it's this one. Here we go. So, come in at 525 frames. Here we go. Nope, that is not the right one. It's like that one works also, but that other one is dumb because that is even harder actually. What the fuck? Where did I put that one? Oh my god, it fucking rewrote it. Oh, I hate when it does this. So, I don't know why, but when recording fucking segments with BizHawk, I don't know why. Sometimes when playing them, it will start recording them and shit. And let's see, will this video do anything normally? Alright. So, I guess, so I made this video. Like I said, they all start normally, they start over here. And the important part is actually that the axe spawns at 103 frames. So I remade this one, I guess, but I didn't bother to go back there, but it's still gonna be the same. So I'm gonna wait here, and we're gonna go, and we're gonna wait until this axe comes at 106 frames. So the reason it's 106 frames for this one is because I'm getting rid of both boxes here. So this one, axe will not spawn at 103 as it normally does. It will spawn at 106. And that is important because this one actually has another axe box pickup that we have to get rid of eventually. So that's just something to keep head of. So what we do here is this. We're gonna go here and we're gonna jump and grab this box. And we're gonna make a small jump here. And we're gonna land here. And we're gonna do the same shit as we did in my other axe jump, but we're gonna do it here. Now you might thinking like, oh nice, we can do this shit. Doing this fucking jump here and landing here and doing that shit is way harder than it looks. This is not easy. This is bullshit. Like I've been able to land this RTA, so you can do it, but it's very tricky. Now, to make this work, you also have to do this, and after that, you're gonna do a boost here, you're gonna do a double boost there, and then you're going to do a perfect jump here and get rid of this axe. So this basically has this super annoying thing going on here. And then we're gonna make a boost and a boost. And then we're going to make a perfect TAS jump at the end. Now you could change this up if you wanted to. You could, because you're skipping this axe. You could also do a boost here and then skip that axe. And then make a big jump here. It's not actually super important. The important part is basically nailing this. Now this is hard. Like, believe me when I say this is hard. But it's doable. You can do that. But I'm not going to. Not yet, at least. But yeah, this one clocks in at 527 frames. So this is the absolutely fastest you can do it. I haven't bothered to try and include this in a run. I haven't actually practiced this super much to try and make it like even doable, but it's tricky. It's absolutely, absolutely tricky. So yeah, that's it. So let's play them all again, just for fun, and then I'm done. Like, it's became a long video. I always talk too much, but I have always some points I want to get in there, but yeah. Let's see here. Oh, we can show this one. This is also, like, you can do some other dumb shit also. Like, this one, 548 frames. Like, I mean, if you want to. But that is actually, doing that little maneuver there is basically doing the same thing. Like, it's an other way to do the task axis. But doing that little maneuver I do there is actually harder to do in real life than just throw in the box instead. But you can do this if you want to, like, save the box, I guess. But it's something you can do. So what you do is basically you land. I can show it there. And you can do this on every axe, basically. What you do is basically you make a landing here, then you turn right, because the hitbox of the axe is actually exactly as wide as the pillar it's standing on. So if you just get outside of the pillar, you can then go up and you can move away. And if you do this perfectly, you actually have enough airtime to then get past the axe normally. And you can do that on every segment where you have to land right here. Like you can do that technically, you can do that here also if you wanted to. You can, like, skip here. But it's very hard to do because you have to, like, move a very few frames to the right, and it's just annoying. I wouldn't recommend it. But let's go through all boxes. So we have normal plate skip. Now these are all optimized, as you can see, with my starting thing I do. Plate skip again. So I do this thing in the beginning. I have another video explaining this, but that is basically the best setup you can do for the axis. So we have plate skip with the box kill. So we have the fast spawn. We have the hide and seek. I really like that strat. I'm so proud of that one, actually. So then we have my my new axe skip. Then we have the task axis. And then we have this one. Like, I like calling old task axis. I just like calling them task axis. I call them still like classic task axis. I call this one MagePie's task axiom. I don't know why I like calling shit out of myself. It's just human, I guess. But that's all. So this probably became a lot longer video than I was going to. But I mean, I get into details and shit. I just can't help it. Also, see, I'm using Dale here, my dude. But yeah. If anyone has any questions or whatever, just comment the video or send me a PM on Twitch or whatever, and I'll get to it. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and yeah.